Hey everybody, how's it going? In today's video, let's see if we can wrap up this bonus series, Pure Performance. I'm 93% complete here. I got some unfinished business in Tier 19 in the form of Speed Snap that apparently you need to bring the Battista to win that one. But before we do that, here, let's start with endurance at Laguna Seca. And since today we have bonus fame for the daily bonus, we'll hire agent as well since she's available for free. And sure, we'll take VULCAN out for a spin and see how we fare. Target distance 27 kilometers at Laguna Seca. Let's see. Maybe about 7 laps. Because let's see, maybe around 8 laps actually, because each lap at Laguna Seca, I want to say around 4 kilometers. It might be a little bit shorter, but the usual endurance race tactics, pull back at the beginning and we kind of run flat out. So that way we can maximize the overtake bonus and the lap bonus. I think that should be enough. We'll see. Alright, so alright, 24. Yeah, we're easily catching up to the slow cars that we can overtake early on. Bank up the time. And get to know the car at this track. The review of the braking points and whatnot, right? Alright. And lap bonus. I don't think we get quite 20-second lap bonus time. But I want to say, yeah, somewhere 15, 6. Okay. 74 from like 50. Yeah, I feel like that was around 15-second bonus. Don't do math online, right? Isn't that what they say? Alright. Anyway. Getting close to maxing out the time, but not fully maxing out, right? We can probably max out. As long as it's not like, we're not like overtaking while the timer's at like max, you know what I mean? Get the most out of every overtake that we can get. At least that's my strategy for this run. See how it goes. Alright, so with a lap bonus of, I want to say that's about 17 or 18 seconds. Plus a couple of overtakes that we get to make here. Perfect. Right on. A little bit of a collision heading into that first corner. Yeah, I just gotta remember the front span of this car is pretty wide, or wider than the way it looks from the chase view. So when I make these overtakes, I gotta make sure that I don't go, I allow enough space. Don't make it too tight, because I will then cause a crash, which is generally no good. It'll slow you down, you know? Not only damages car, just does not go as fast, but also, you know, you lose your momentum. Especially if you're like thrown off track or spun out or something like that from the crash, then yeah, you lose a lot of time. So trying to keep it clean. You know, keep those wheels on the track whenever, you know, possible, right? There we go. Alright, so we're about halfway to the target now. And the opponents are now, looks like, exclusively VULCAN. So we're sort of like in phase 2, right? Because phase 1 we were racing mostly the 918 Porsche, the slowest car in the group, or at least the lowest PR car. And at some point we'll be racing against Battistas in here, which would be a little bit trickier because that car is significantly faster. So we have to kind of count on the slow cornering of bots. Take advantage of that to make overtakes at that point. Alright, so almost 18 kilometers, so 10 more to go, and we are beginning to lose a bit of time here. Alright, back up to 30s. Alright. And I think I'm beginning to see the Battista, the red one, up ahead, right? After this one, there we go. And then, yep. That is a faster car, but what do you know? We can still, first one at least, we're able to overtake. And alright, mix of both Aston Martin and Battista. Okay, couple of more overtakes coming right up, along with the lap bonus. So lap 7. Alright, so we're beginning to get a little bit more closer cars now. Like they're not spread out as far, it seems like. Because for a while, like before the first Battista showed up, right? It was pretty widespread, or it was beginning to get pretty widespread. We're back to cars being a little bit closer together, so a little bit quicker overtakes. Cut underneath, there we go, nice. Alright, we gotta make this lap. Oh, it's not close. Alright. And can we catch up? Because I think we may need a couple of more overtakes to claim the victory here. Just a tiny bit less than what we needed for overtake, but still enough to claim the victory, which is really at the end of the day the primary goal, right? So okay, 27 kilometers and change for the effort. And I'm trying to remember, I think it was like 8th lap, right? Alright, a bit of damage. But relatively clean race. Alright. So, yeah, a decent fame payout with that bonus. 27.3 is the score that gets posted. Not bad. And oh, look at that. The other first place score was also set with Aston Martin. Apparently that is the car for the job. What do you know? All right. And yes, 27 kilometers will take out majority of your service bars. Okay, so one down, and let's head on over to Hunter next and see how we fare. Should we keep going with Aston Martin, or let's try this one with Porsche? Let's see what kind of distance. 743 meters in front of our prey car, the Sylvia. All right, and I guess it's depends on the head start the Sylvia gets, right? And it is 63 seconds. Okay, what does that convert into in terms of distance? Let's find out. It is almost 2 kilometers ahead. All right. So this circuit is, I want to say like a little bit less than 6 kilometers. Does that sound about right? One of the longer circuits in the game, right? All right. Okay, a little skidding around cutting. And yeah, I cannot quite take flat out through the Skyway in 918. Ooh, that was less than ideal. Alright, we're still looking for our opponent, our prey car. Okay, so I guess we know. I don't think we're gonna get anywhere near 700 meters. Not with this car, I don't think, since we're not even able to, now we're struggling to stay on track. Alright. Okay, if I raced cleaner, would I have made up 300 meters? Not sure. Because I feel like ideally you want to try to catch up to Sylvia before, like, or around the forest elbow, you know, at the top of the hill when you turn that left-hander to the downhill. And yeah, these scores are all set with the Battista. All right, you know what? Let's bring in the big gun, see how we fare with Battista then. Since we didn't even get on the podium. All right, and it is the final tier. That's understandable. All right. Oh, now it's even longer distance we gotta cover. Almost a full kilometer that we gotta beat the Sylvia by. And for that one, I feel like, can you do it without crashing? Not sure. I guess we'll find out. I mean, this car is significantly quicker, so... Or perhaps more pressing question might be for now, racing clean. Will that get me the score, right? And sillier question can you do it backwards? Because the car does travel just as quick in reverse as it does going forward. It'll struggle through cutting. It's less than ideal. Alright, so far it's not bad. Alright. Alright, you know what? Just to secure our victory, let's give him a little nudge. See how that goes. Okay. Maybe. Can we make it? Now then the question is, would you have made it without that nudge? Oh, I don't know. That would have gotten a little close. I don't really usually like having to crash or pit Sylvia to set the score, but I know that might have gotten a little too close. So I am sticking by my strategy since, yeah, I only won by 10 meters. And that is with giving Sylvia a little spin. So I think that may be how the other scores are set as well here. Alright. Anyway. Win is a win. And I will take the gold trophy for the effort. Alright, so one more cup to finish in tier 20, but before we get there, let's finish off this unfinished business from prior tier 19 speed snap. And we already know you need to bring Battista for this race, because the best I was able to get with the other two was like around 300 was the max that I could get. As you saw, first place 307. Yeah, that ain't happening with the others. So all right, and with Battista, since you know not only the top speed pretty good, but also the main key is that instant torque from electric motor, right? Oh yeah. 317. Well, with maxed out Battista on top of that, right? So all right, perhaps that was to be expected. Okay, so but yeah, the second place also set with Battista, and then third place with the VULCAN. Yeah, that is at 293, which is a far cry from the what we need for the first place. All right, so that wraps up that unfinished business in tier 19. Now 98% complete. That means just one final cup for 29 gold. All right, PR 92 or 98.2 required to race in this cup at Catalunya Grand Prix. 5-lap cup, and only car that can, of course, do this, sort of unlock this race. As you see, all my 3 cars in this bonus series maxed out, but Battista is the only one that can do it. I mean, you don't have to obviously max out the car, but you would need to bring, let's see, just to review the upgrades you need to reach that PR requirement, 98.2, is you need at least 3 upgrades on engine and drivetrain. So drivetrain needs to be maxed out. I want to say, yeah, everything needs to be maxed out except for engine. You just need 3 upgrades instead of all 6 here. And mine's fully maxed out because we had that generous 40% discount offer on upgrades for this car, which was very nice while they ran that limited series in the previous update, right? Previous version of the game. All right, so 5 laps at Catalunya Grand Prix for 29 gold. All right, here we go. Should be a pretty easy race. Yep, first few overtakes against slower opponents. Now at front of the grid, all Battistas, as one might expect. And now we're up to P5. Can we get to the front of the grid in the first lap? The pace is pretty good. There we go. P3. And once again, another inside overtake. And the hairpin. There we go. Just like that. We're in the lead. And the final chicane. All right. There we go. Minute 22 for lap 1. Let's see. How early do I need to brake in this car to make this first corner? I'm being pretty conservative on that one, especially with the bumper view. I feel like always you feel the speed a little bit more because you see the pavement moving like right underneath you. You can almost feel the heat from the tarmac baking under the sun. May not smell the fume as much because we're not burning any petrol, at least not in this car. Oh, are we gonna get almost gotten overtaken? Can't let that happen. Yeah, a little bit difficult to race in this mode. So for lap 2, let's get to the hood view. Alright, a little bit deeper for braking. Alright, I didn't even check the lap time in the previous lap. But I'm assuming it was faster than the first lap since it was essentially a rolling start. And a couple of minor mistakes, but nothing. And we're still hanging on to the lead. Okay, why did I brake so early? And still managed to skid. Takes special talent, you know. Alright. There we go. And now let's check out the cockpit view. Did I make major? I don't remember having any major crash. I mean, like tiny little tap in the first lap, but the windshield's pretty cracked. Make it look like I totally trashed this car. What the heck? Come on. Anyway, minute 17 is what I saw for the lap time in the previous. Oh no! Oh. Finally, it has happened. Been overtaken. Alright. Well, I suppose makes the race a little bit more exciting. But yeah, dead silent inside the car. Cracked windshield or not. I suppose the fact that the opponent is also in Battista helps, because that the other guy now in second place is not making any sound either. Alright. Minute 20, even a little slower. Alright, I'll match the pace. Alright, back in the chase view, or the arcade view, as some call it. Alright. We're on to the final lap here. Let's see if we can get the job done. That was very late on that braking. Okay, so you do need to brake earlier. Last lap is probably not the best time to check that out, though. Not when you have a opponent on your tail. But it was good enough. Alright. That was, I think, another minute 17 lap. So total time 6:37 and change. Not exactly anything to write home about, but you know what? Win is a win. Alright. 2,900 fame points for those 5 laps. So, yeah. It's feels kind of low payout for 5 laps at a Grand Prix circuit, doesn't it? For a car this caliber. Anyway, yeah, minute 17:621 was the best time. I'm sure if I worked on it, I could improve quite a bit. But for now, that will do. And look at that, we still have service bars. Hard to call a service bar. There's like one left before it goes into critical condition. But that's as good as new in terms of performance of the car. All right, the final gold trophy, number 48, brings me to 100% completion with the reward that includes 29 gold, which is the important part, and 29,000 racing dollars. Very nice. All right, so that will do it for the playthrough of this bonus series, Pure Performance. Thanks for tagging along for the ride, and we'll catch you guys in the next video. So long, take care, till next time.